My dear brothers and sisters, if something is considered a flaw in a man, it may sometimes be considered a beauty and virtue in a woman. If we read the Holy Quran carefully, we see that what is considered a flaw for a man is regarded as a virtue for a woman and is described as a good and commendable thing. For example, it is a flaw for a man to be ignorant, heedless, and unaware of worldly matters because Allah has placed the responsibility of worldly affairs on men. Therefore, men should be knowledgeable and aware. If a man is unaware and heedless, it is considered a flaw for him. However, the Holy Quran considers heedlessness a virtue for a woman. In Surah An-Nur, it is mentioned that those who accuse chaste, unaware women are committing a grave sin. Thus, the Quran describes being unaware of worldly matters as a praiseworthy trait for women. It is clear that if a woman is unaware of worldly affairs but knows her duties and responsibilities, it is not a flaw for her but rather a commendable trait as described by the Quran. Hence, what is a flaw for a man may not be a flaw for a woman, and what is not a flaw for a man may sometimes be a flaw for a woman. Therefore, if you see something in a woman that you consider a flaw for yourself but not for her, do not let it affect your behavior towards her. She is different from you by nature, so do not try to force her to be like you. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "And who knows better about human nature than the Prophet, peace be upon him, that most disputes arise because men want women to be just like them. If you try to make her exactly like you, she will break. Therefore, do not worry about this. Instead, focus on correcting the traits that are indeed flaws according to her nature and circumstances. This is also the responsibility of a man. However, if you expect her to align completely with your temperament, it is not possible." Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, narrated that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, stated a remarkable principle: a believing man should not hate a believing woman entirely. If he dislikes one of her characteristics, he should look at her other characteristics. The Prophet, peace be upon him, explained that when two people live together, they may find some things good and others bad in each other. If something is bad, do not consider the person entirely bad because of it. Instead, look at the good qualities they possess and be thankful to Allah for those good traits. If you practice this, the negative aspects may seem less significant to you. The main issue is that people are often ungrateful. If they dislike 2 or 3 things, they focus only on those and ignore the good qualities. As a result, they always complain and highlight the bad, leading to mistreatment. There is nothing in this world entirely devoid of flaws or entirely virtuous. Allah has created this world with a mix of good and bad in everything. No creature in this universe is absolutely good or absolutely evil. Everything has a blend of both. Even in a disbeliever, a polytheist, or a bad person, if you search for good, you will find some goodness.